So we started configuring our RoboShop e-commerce project, and then till now we have done few services. So we installed Nginx and we hosted the web front-end component here, and we are doing database installations like MongoDB, and then Redis. Redis is the cache server. So last time we discussed, before hitting the any actual database, we always go for Redis so that it will be very fast. So that's a cache concept. And then we installed catalog, that's a Node.js, cart is also a Node.js, user is also a Node.js. And now we will work with remaining components like shipping, payments, and then dispatch service. Okay, so last session we configured till MySQL instance. Now we need to configure shipping instance, and this is the documentation. It's good some of you already completed based on the documentation, the complete microservices project you completed. But anyhow, let us discuss. So we disable MySQL 5.8, that is the default version in the CentOS 8, and then we have got the specific 5.7 repo, and we installed, we enabled, and we set the password. So till this we have done in earlier session. Now let us create few instances. Create 4 instances today to complete our project. Micro, no key pair, allow all, launch instances. Okay, so today we will work with shipping component. Shipping is developed in Java. Okay, so we need to install Maven package. Maven is a build tool. So last time we discussed Maven is a build tool. If you install Maven, it will automatically install Java. Just like npm install dependency resolution, mvn clean package install dependencies, and that creates a jar file. Okay, so if you, so jar is nothing but Java archive file. Okay, so now let us do this shipping. Okay, naming test shipping. You can also use this command to set it permanently. Set host name shipping. Okay, so let us install the Maven component. So this Maven is a build tool for Java projects. It always refer something called pom.xml. Project object management. Okay, so here you will refer the dependencies. Okay, what is the library and which version? So library name is Java VFX, and then controls, the version we will mention generally. So we'll discuss more about this in our upcoming session, but you remember pom.xml is where, just like package.json, developers, they mention the dependencies or libraries about the project. So Maven installation is done. Now let us create the RoboShop user and then create a directory, download the application, go to our application directory and unzip it. Here, if you see, there will be pom.xml. Okay, so just let us go through it. What is there? Okay, so these dependencies, these are the libraries our Java project required to run the application. Okay, so there will be a group ID, artifact ID, and version. That is the package library information. So now, once you have pom.xml there, we will run this command map and clean package. So this command will download the dependencies and it will create the artifact of our project. You can see downloading from center. Okay, this is done. So when this is done, it will create a directory called target. So inside the target, we have our jar file, shipping jar. Okay, just coming one step back and then moving our jar file to the current directory. Okay, and let us create our shipping service. So obviously shipping is dependent on MySQL and cart. Okay, so this is shipping, and as usual, daemon reload, enable, start, and the delivery information has a lot of countries and lot of cities across the world. So we need to load that information. For that purpose, we are installing MySQL client. So MySQL is the client package. MySQL community server is the server package. Okay. And we are connecting MySQL server with the username and password, and we are loading the information. So this is one-time activity generally in the projects. This is a huge information of all the countries and mostly all the cities in that country, including village level. Okay, once this is done, now let us go and open our RoboShop configuration. Here, let us edit the shipping URL. Okay, and then let's wait for completion. Yeah. Now restart the Nginx and open the public IP address. Okay, let's try to log in and register. Login. Okay, once you log in successfully, your name will automatically appear in the left-hand side. Okay. So let us go for adding some products to the cart, checking out. Now shipping is automatically loading. If I select India, Hyderabad, I can get it. Now confirm. So obviously payment will not work because we haven't configured. Now let us configure the payment. Okay. Payment is dependent on RabbitMQ. Now let us discuss what is RabbitMQ. So RabbitMQ is one of the popular messaging queue software. Okay. So what is this messaging queue? So in fact, this is the most interesting concept actually I found when I started my career as software engineer. This is the concept first I learned actually. So when I was just learning about Java development. So this is very interesting topic. So there is always something called synchronous and asynchronous. Let us understand what is this synchronous and asynchronous communication. Okay. Let's take an example. Now we are going on live sessions. Live sessions versus recorded sessions. Okay. So what are the live sessions? Now we are taking the join DevOps live sessions. Here, what is the advantage? Immediate feedback. Trainer is always available. We have Slack, we have QA. Everything is available. So this is immediate. But what is recorded here? No immediate feedback, no interactive. So this is nothing but synchronous. This is nothing but asynchronous. So when you are interacting in live, so that is synchronous, you are in sync. When you are not interacting in live, you are in asynchronous. So in asynchronous communication, when you get some doubt, so you will post somewhere and you get query up, you get response after some time. Okay. So the main difference between synchronous and asynchronous communication is in synchronous, you will get the immediate response, but in asynchronous, you may not get the immediate response. Okay. So that is the difference. But when it comes to the software world, let us discuss the example of WhatsApp. So this is one person, like Siva Kumar is sending a message to sending a WhatsApp message to another person. Okay, someone like Ramesh. Okay. So now one difference here before going to that, let us take this and then console our network. So here there is something like, you know, this, right? So what we are doing here is we are sending a message to our web component about the categories. Okay. It is immediately sending the response. Okay. So here we are hitting our web server and then it is hitting the catalog server. It is fetching the information and showing us immediately. So this is like querying the API. We are querying the catalog API about the categories. Okay, you can see you are getting the information directly. So this is something like HTTP communication, right? So this is HTTP communication, synchronous HTTP communication. You will query, you will get response. But what if catalog server is down? We will not get response. Okay. So in synchronous, it means like HTTP communication. You will send a query, you will get response immediately. If you are not getting, it means other side that server is down. So now I'm hitting Facebook through HTTP. So I'm getting response. If the Facebook server is not available, I will not get the response. So this is HTTP synchronous communication where you should expect the immediate response. Okay, but WhatsApp is little different. You send a message. If this person Ramesh offline, okay, Ramesh is offline, then what will happen? When Ramesh comes to online, automatically the message will be delivered. How is it happening? If you send a message from Sivakumar to Ramesh through HTTP, okay, let us just imagine Sivakumar send a message through HTTP. If Ramesh offline, what will happen? Can someone please respond in the chat also? If Ramesh is offline, what will happen? Your message is lost. Okay, because Ramesh is offline. Just like in Facebook, you are sending a message, HTTP message to Facebook server. I want the login page. So Facebook server is available. It is sending you the response. If Facebook server is not available, it will not send you the response. Your message is immediately failed. Okay. If Facebook server is available, your message is success. If Facebook server is not available, your message will not reach Facebook server and you will not get the response. Okay. Similarly here, if Ramesh is offline, your message is lost because Ramesh is offline. So if you implement this with WhatsApp, then everything will be failed because all of us will not be online at a time, right? So what WhatsApp implemented for this purpose is they implemented something called MQ server. So whenever you send a message, actually it reaches to the WhatsApp MQ server. Okay. So every person, they subscribe to MQ server, they register. I mean, any person. So if you are using WhatsApp, your mobile is registered with WhatsApp MQ server. Okay. So now you are sending a message to WhatsApp MQ server. So here there will be two things. In MQ, there is two things. One is queue and the other one is topic. So let us discuss what is queue and topic. So Sivakumar is sending a message to Ramesh. Okay. So what will happen here is in the WhatsApp MQ server, every one of us have one queue. Okay. So there will be Ramesh queue and there will be Sivakumar queue. Okay. So now Sivakumar is sending message to Ramesh. A message will be delivered to, this message will be sent to Ramesh queue inside MQ server. Okay. So if Ramesh Ramesh is online, so this is Ramesh queue. So you are sending a message to Ramesh queue inside WhatsApp. And this one, Ramesh mobile, I mean WhatsApp app in Ramesh mobile is connected to his own queue generally. Okay. Okay, whatever. So I'm sending a message that is going to the MQ server Ramesh queue, and Ramesh mobile is subscriber to that queue. Okay. So what will happen is if Ramesh is online, immediately he will get message to his mobile. If Ramesh is offline, message will be available in that queue for 30 days maybe. So whenever Ramesh comes online, the Ramesh mobile will go and check that queue immediately for any upcoming new messages. Then the messages will be delivered. Okay. Yeah. So this is the MQ concept generally, messaging queue concept. So MQ is nothing but messaging queue. So this is quite opposite to the HTTP synchronous communication. In HTTP, you should expect the other side server should be always up and running. But so there are some crucial messages where we need asynchronous communication. We cannot say other side system because those are not in our control. You are sending a message to Ramesh. Ramesh is not in your control. He can be offline, he can be online, it's his wish. Okay. So that is why these kind of chatting applications, they always implement MQ server. They will create the queues. You will have one queue, and every person of us will have one queue inside the server. When you send a message, you are not sending a message to the Ramesh mobile actually. You are sending a message to the queue. If Ramesh mobile is online, always this mobile is listening to that queue. Okay. So similarly, there will be another queue, that is Sivakumar queue. If he is responding, a message will be first sent to the Sivakumar queue. And if Sivakumar is available, then the message will be delivered. So there will, these things you can always configure. 30 days or 30 minutes, everything you can configure. So WhatsApp is configuring certain time period. So within that time period, if the person is not coming to online, then automatically the message will be deleted from the queue. If the message is deleted from the queue, it means you will not get the message. Okay, so this is about the queue. Then what is topic? Queue, we call it as point-to-point communication. So this is not point, this is publish and subscribe. Point-to-point means Sivakumar is one point, Ramesh is one point. So when you are sending a message to Ramesh, it should be only delivered to Ramesh, no one else. So that is called point-to-point. This is one point, this is one other point. So topics subscribe is little different. Okay. For example, we are pushing the messages. I mean, we are pushing the so this is our channel. Okay. This is our channel. Whenever we upload some video, if you subscribe to our channel daily, like we are uploading the sessions, right? If you have subscribed to our channel, then you will get immediately a notification. Like let's take YouTube. When you subscribe to channel, you will get notification. How you are getting the notification? Let us discuss. This is YouTube server. And there is a channel here. Okay, we are uploading a video. So there are a lot of users subscribe to our channel. So there are a lot of users subscribe to our channel. So when you upload a video into the YouTube channel and publish, what YouTube will do is there will be a topic like YouTube channel topic. Okay, just like a queue, this is a topic. So the only difference here is this is one-to-one communication, point to point. This is one-to-many. This is one-to-one. One message will be only delivered to one person. This is one-to-many. One message will be delivered to multiple persons. How it will be delivered is actually you are subscribing to the YouTube channel topic in background, but we are not aware. Okay. So when you upload a video to YouTube channel, YouTube send a message to your channel topic. So all users subscribe to this, then immediately the message will be delivered into their YouTube accounts. Okay. One-to-many. So when video is published to the channel, YouTube will send a message to channel topic. So this is called as topic, not queue. All users, whoever subscribe, will be listening to the channel, and they will get immediate notification. Okay. So this is most powerful implementation. Just imagine if there is a channel, it has like 2 million subscribers. How much time it will take to send a message to 2 million subscribers through HTTP? You need to hit the API for 2 million times. But instead of that, if you just send a message into a topic, if all the users are subscribed to the topic and listening to that, then you will get the notification immediately within seconds. Okay. So that is the difference. This is nothing but asynchronous communication. You no need to expect the other side server, other side person is always online. Okay. Now you are offline in YouTube. Maybe after some time, if when you switch on your data, then also you'll get the notification immediately. Okay. So that is because this asynchronous communication. This is very powerful in terms of when the message is very much important, then you always go for asynchronous communication. And if you need to send a message to multiple person also, you can always go for asynchronous communication. So in asynchronous communication like MQ, messaging queue, so there are two kinds of communications. One is queue and the other one is topic. Actually, you don't need to understand all these things, but just to give you better confidence, I'm telling you all these things. Okay. So there will be two things, queue and topic. Queue is point to point, one-to-one communication. Topic is one-to-many communication. It is basically publish and subscribe. YouTube is publishing the video and users are subscribing to the channel. So you'll get the automatic notifications. So we are implementing the same concept in our RoboShop also. So that is nothing but RabbitMQ. RabbitMQ is one of the MQ server. Just like that, we have ActiveMQ, Kafka, many other popular softwares. Okay, RabbitMQ is also one of the popular software. So now let us install RabbitMQ. So in our RabbitMQ documentation, we have two things. That is something like Erlang and RabbitMQ server. So these two components you need to install. So that is why we are just creating the repos. And there is a reason also why we are implementing the MQ here for the payment. You'll understand that. Just configuring the two repos. You don't need to understand what is Erlang. This is the developer component, the developers of RabbitMQ. Now let us install RabbitMQ server. So this will automatically install the Erlang as well. Okay. So this is done. And then let us enable and let us start also. Once you start, let us create the RabbitMQ user. If you refer this RabbitMQ documentation also, you'll get the same steps. Okay. You need to grant the permissions as well. We are just granting the permissions. Okay. Yeah, system. And then now we need to configure payments so that it is dependent on RabbitMQ. So when the customer placing the order, so payments is getting the message and it is sending to the RabbitMQ. Okay, from there, the third-party application will pick up. Let us anyhow do that payment. Payment. Actually, Java is the most preferred enterprise programming language for the backend. And after that, it is Python and Node.js or React.js kind of applications. Those are preferred for front end payment. So this is a Python application. Okay. So then you have to install Python. And there are some dependency components like GCC, this is C language. Okay. Python is installed. So now create our user and create a directory. Download the application. Let's go to our app directory. Unzip. And here you will find something like requirements.txt. Okay. So what is this? Just like package.json, form.xml, you will just give the libraries and dependencies you need. Okay. So if you're wondering about what are these libraries, build process, and dependencies, let us take simple example. We are constructing a house. Okay. So lot of laborers, engineers. So everyone are working together. What is the output we are expecting? We are expecting a well-built home without any issues. So this is the expectation. Similarly, when the project is getting developed, a lot of engineers, a lot of developers, testers, architects, everybody is working just for a application, that is artifact. Here, a lot of persons are working for a single home. So the ultimate outcome is single home. Here, the ultimate outcome is for a single application, for an artifact. This is a single file. But is it really single file? No. It has a lot of components inside, a lot of files. So those are compiled. But here, a home is not a single, just a single thing, but it has a lot of bricks, lot of cement, tiles, lot of things inside. But what are we doing here is we are compiling and creating a package. The same way here, you are doing a lot of testing in the home, lot of checks, and then you are creating a single home. Okay. But while building the home, you need bricks, you need tiles, you need cement. Are we preparing everything on our own? No. So you are getting the things from outside and doing it. Similarly, when you are developing a project, we don't do everything on our own. We don't do everything on our own. So we are dependent on some libraries. We will refer libraries from internet, already developed code. Okay, you can use it. You can use that. You can use that as libraries. So similarly here in the construction of home, we need bricks, we need cement, we need tiles, we need a lot of things. We don't develop on our own. We will get it from the outside, which are already prepared, which are already manufactured. The same way when you are developing a project, you don't do everything on your own. You will get the already developed code from the internet. Those are called as libraries. You will refer them when you are developing a project. Okay, so those libraries are like this. So if you don't mention a version here, then it will automatically fetch the latest version. That's it. So you are mentioning in requirements.txt, I need these libraries for my application to work. So then you need to install them. The installation command is very simple. Install -r requirements.txt. That's it. You have to run this command in the folder where you have requirements.txt. So now your Python will refer them and it will fetch the packages from the internet. Now when you build it, it will create the application. Okay, it is downloading all the packages. You can see it is installing one by one. Okay. And let us create our service. So this is our payment service. So it is dependent on part, user, everything. And user. And then RabbitMQ server. Now let us go for system daemon reload. And then enable and start. Okay. So this is done. Now you need to configure inside web. Restart. Okay, now let us try to access our application. let me log in. Let's go for ordering. Adding to the cart, checkout, give the shipping location, confirm, pay now. So your order is placed. So what is happening here when the order is placed is next we are going to discuss our dispatch service. Okay, dispatch. So usually your e-commerce, so they are always dependent on some third-party applications, third-party companies to deliver packages. So when a user placed order here, so user is placing order with, for example, Amazon. And there is a third-party application, something like delivery. Okay, so this is a third-party application. User is placing the order to Amazon. Amazon has to send a message to delivery about the, so what are the things it should send? Product, code, description, quantity, and then shipping information. So all these things, Amazon is responsible to send a message to the delivery service. If they send a message through HTTP, what will happen? If the delivery service is not up and running, we are not sure because it is a third-party application. Okay, till this one is our responsibility. But the right side, it is a third-party application. You are not sure when they will be up and when they are running. So if you take the risk of assuming them they are always up and running, then if the server on the right side is down, you will lose the payments. So what this Amazon is doing here is, Amazon is keeping a MQ server in between. Okay. So when the payment is done, so this is a not HTTP, this is MQ. When the payment is done, Amazon is sending a message to the MQ server and delivery is listening to the MQ server topic. Okay. If delivery is up and running, then immediately it will get the message. If it is not up and running, whenever it is, this server is up, it will get the message. Okay. So just understand, this is our payment service. When a payment is made, we are sending a message to the RabbitMQ and delivery should be listening to that queue and then they should get the message. Okay. So in this way, other side server is, you don't need to expect other side server is always up and running. Even they are down at this time, after few hours, if they come online, then they get the message immediately. So that is the advantage. We are implementing the MQ server here. So we do this in our daily life project scenarios based on the priority. Okay, now let us install the dispatch component. So this is the dispatch. So this dispatch component is developed in Go language. Okay. So what this dispatch will do is, dispatch, it is a microservice always listening to the payments queue for product and shipping information. Okay. So our developers, they developed a code how to listen to this queue. continuously. Okay. So this is developed in a Go language. So we need to install Go. Same as usual. Let us create the user. In that is done, let us create our user and directory. Okay, and download the code. Move to the directory and unzip the code. Okay, so these are the commands generally to initialize and to get the dependencies, and then just to build it. You can see there is AMQP, messaging queue, synchronous messaging queue protocol. That's the abbreviation. AMQP, full form. Oh, sorry, advanced messaging queue protocol. That is done. Dispatch service. Let us create this, and this is dependent on RabbitMQ. And daemon reload, enable dispatch, and start dispatch. Okay, so now let us check the log. Okay, so now let us place the order again. I'm doing one order. It is started. So it is connecting to the RoboShot. It is waiting for message. Okay. Confirm. Pay now. You can see. So immediately we got the information here. So what is this message says? So this is you, Siva Kumar. This is the product information, and this is the shipping information. So everything one quantity. So everything this dispatch. So our third-party company dispatch delivery got the message through the queue. So whenever payment is done in background, so our e-commerce website is sending a message to the payment queue. From here, this third-party company of responsible for delivery. So they will listen to that queue and they will fetch the information and they will process this message in their own system. Okay. So this is how it happens in the background. So now delivery, they will take care of the things because they got the each and every information they want through the queue, and they will proceed with the delivery actually. Okay. Yeah. So this is the whole e-commerce application. We completed the manual configuration. So in this, if you see, we implemented each and every enterprise level real-time project concepts here. Okay. So definitely in the real-time projects, we will not only use MySQL, we will have many kind of cache servers, NoSQL and MQ servers. And then the real microservice project is nothing but each component should be, no need to develop the same all the components in the same application programming language. Okay. If you just imagine Amazon.com, that's a very, very big e-commerce, world's very biggest e-commerce website. Okay, so there will be a lot of persons working on a single catalog. Okay, maybe hundreds of developers working for catalog component, hundreds of developers are working for cart component, thousands of developers may be working for user component. Okay, so all those components they are developing in their own programming language, whatever they wish. Okay, maybe TCS got the project of catalog, and someone else HCL got the project of cart, and all these components are connected through the APIs. Okay, we don't care what is the programming language they are developing in. Okay, but always we are connected through the API calls. So this is how the real microservices application work, microservices project work in the our actual companies. So if you had read about the microservices advantages also, that is the main advantage. Any component can be developed in any programming language, but they are always connected through the APIs. So we completed our manual configuration. Now let us go for automation. So we have a lot of disadvantages in manual. So let us note down. Every time you need to configure same steps for the server. At least for some components like user, we have the same type, right? Installing Node.js, creating the directory, creating the user, and then creating systemctl. All these steps are mostly same, but we are doing multiple times. And here we are using IP address. When you stop and start the server, always IP address is changing. So we need domains here. Just like you don't remember the Facebook server IP address. Generally, if I go for pingfacebook.com, I'm getting the Facebook IP address. So if you enter this here also, it will work. Okay, generally, disabled it. But generally, this is the IP address. Okay, so this is the IP address. But people cannot remember the numbers. They only remember the name. So we need to just map this IP address to some name that is called roboshop.com. Then people can remember your website and they can browse, they can do some shopping. That is one of the important thing. And other disadvantages here is like, what if traffic is more? We need to scale. We need to scale the servers. And another point, we need to monitor as well for the errors. Okay. So if your application is starting successfully, it doesn't mean it will not get any errors in future. You need to continuously monitor for the errors, or else your CPU and then RAM resource, system resources should be monitored always. Okay. Sometimes you'll get sudden traffic, then obviously your servers will stop responding. At that time, you need to immediately get the alert of that particular scenario, and you need to immediately implement the solution. So this is one of the problem we need to address, and this is one of the problem, how to automatically scale the number of servers. That is nothing but auto scaling. This is monitoring. Okay, and we are creating lot of servers. How can you do the resource utilization? So this is minimum servers but more performance. Cannot just increase the number of servers. You can always go for resource utilization. This is one of the thing. And automatic deployments. Whenever developer released a new feature, so generally what are the steps? Compile, package, scan, remove old version, release new version. So these steps should be done automatically. That is nothing but CI/CD. And the infrastructure, servers we are creating manually. We are creating servers manually. We need to automate infrastructure. That is nothing but Terraform. So ultimately, you need to create the infrastructure automatically. You need to deploy the application automatically, and you should use domains. And another problem is it should be secured, HTTPS. Okay, it's not HTTP. You should always have something like this, HTTPS. It should be secure. So your URL, you should use domains and it should be secured. You should create the infrastructure automatically. You should go for automatic deployments. You need to utilize the resources properly. You need to continuously monitor the applications because they may go down anytime. Immediately you'll get alerts and you have to take the immediate action. And when the traffic is suddenly getting more and more, then you need to increase the servers automatically. So these are all the problems with automation we need to address. So these are the problems with manual approach, but you need to address all these things for a successful business. Okay. If someone comes to you for an e-commerce website, you need to at least address all these problems through your DevOps and cloud infrastructure. Okay, so these are the things we are going to discuss as part of our training. Okay. So this is nothing but Ansible configuring the server. Resource utilization, generally we go for containerization. Okay. Now the first thing we will check is domain name system. So we need a domain for the rest of our training. Okay. So let us take one domain. So there is something called GoDaddy. All of us know GoDaddy. So there you can buy the domains, but there is something called Hostinger. Here it is dead cheap. In GoDaddy, it is costly, at least 1,000 rupees. Here you can buy some cheap domains. Buy cheapest domain for our training. If you want something for your personal business or your personal thing, you can always buy the costly domains. Okay. So this is Hostinger is the cheapest domain name provider. Domain provider. Okay. First thing, you need to buy the domain here. Okay. Let us log in and then log in with the Google. It's a hostinger, Hostinger. Okay. And then domains. So you can always go for something like join DevOps. .com is already taken anyhow, we are using it. You can buy the cheapest domain. This one. I'm going to buy this one, join DevOps.online. Okay. You can just buy any domain, whichever you want. Yeah, but make sure you get the less price. So 1 year it is 75 rupees only. Okay, with the tax it is 106 rupees. So we need this domain for the rest of our training. Okay, this is not the PayPal and UPI. Just entering UPI details. Use 5,000. Continue. Actually, it is asking for 5,000, but it's fine. It's not going to be 5,000. It is. This is done actually. Okay, don't worry. It shows 5,000 just for some validation purpose, but you will be debited with only 100 rupees. Okay, personal. Just select personal and give your address. So give this address properly. Okay. Finish registration. The buying domain is mandatory for our training. Okay. This is very cheap. 106 rupees for 1 year. The status is active. You got the domain and email verification. Let's get the email and verify it. Just click this. Okay, this is done. Refresh. Yeah, maybe it's already verified. It may take some time. So this is how you buy the domain. Okay. So, and what we have to do here is, so let us understand auto renewal, disable it. Otherwise, you'll be charged again. Okay. So just disable this auto renewal. Otherwise, you'll be charged after 1 year. But it's okay. It is only 100 rupees. So now let us understand how DNS works. So in your browser, so this is your browser, you are entering facebook.com. So what this will happen here is, so I'm entering facebook.com, but definitely computers, they cannot understand the names. They only understand the IP address. So generally there will be a browser cache. So first this browser will contact, if you are browsing for the first time, browser will contact browser cache. Do you have the IP address for facebook.com? So obviously it is not available. Then again, your browser will contact OS. Okay. So this is OS, operating system. So this will browser will contact OS. So do you have the IP address for facebook.com? So then OS also has some cache. So that is OS cache. Then this OS will contact OS cache. Do you have the IP address for facebook.com? So, but this is the first time, definitely they don't have any cache. So then it is OS responsibility to fetch the IP address of the domain. So what this will do is, so this is your home network. Obviously, this is your home network. Okay. And so this is our home network. So our OS always configure with our ISP information. Okay. So this OS through the modem. So this modem will contact our ISP. Okay. So our modem will connect with ISP, our network provider like Airtel fiber or BSNL fiber. Then ISP will check its DNS cache. So they always have the DNS server. So it is our ISP responsibility to manage the DNS server and it has the DNS cache. It will always check for DNS server and it will check for DNS cache. And imagine this is the first request for ISP also. Now this ISP should get the IP address of your domain anyhow. Now this you have to understand this, how it happens in the background whenever you enter facebook.com. So there is something called root servers. Okay, first like browser. Let me write here browser and then browser cache and OS and then OS cache, and from OS to ISP. ISP will check its DNS cache, DNS server, and then DNS cache. Still, it is not found here. So then there is something called root servers. Okay. Our ISPs are configured is about root servers. What are these root servers? Root servers are like 12 independent organizations. Independent organizations. So this is called as Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. This is non-profit. This for the sake of internet purpose, Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. So this is the organization. Let us just browse it. There's some interesting facts. ICNA root servers. Okay. Internet Assigned Numbers Authority, IANA, and there is something called ICNA also. ICANN, sorry. Assigned Names and Numbers. Internet Corporation for, you don't need to remember this, just for the sake of interest. Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. Yeah, ICANN. So there are 12 companies across the world for this. What are those 12 companies? CANN. And some companies. For those companies. Who manages root servers? Okay, so this is the manager of root servers. US government is also part of it, and some countries are part of it, as well as some well-known companies. Okay, not able to find the list, but definitely it is available in internet somewhere. ICAN committee, and in this committee there are some companies. Yeah, see, you can see these are the companies. available as part of ICAN. So all these companies formed an organization called ICANN, that is called as Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. This is purely non-profit organization. So what these guys are doing here is, okay, so they have ICANN. Worldwide, there are 13 locations. 13 locations. They are maintaining root servers. So these root servers we'll understand shortly. So these root servers are nothing but it will have some top level domains, that is like .com. All these are top level domains. .com and then .us, .in, .uk, .net. So these are called as TLDs, top level domain. .shop, .online. We have many top level domains like this. Okay. So these are called as TLDs. Root servers are some I don't know, these numbers are increased. Independent organizations, root servers are managed by independent organization called as ICAN for non-profit, and they have 13 root servers across the world for high availability. Okay, if you just search root servers location, so in map you should get it. So these are those 13 locations across the world, Australia and in Malaysia, Singapore, and in Africa, North America, South America, Europe. So they covered all part of the world. So that is around 13 locations for high availability purpose. And these guys, they manage something called as top level domains. Okay. So what will happen? Just now we bought a domain called joindevops.online. Okay. Through some broker, domain broker, a domain registrar, domain provider, whatever, domain provider. Whenever you buy a domain, so this hosting, it is their responsibility to update root servers about the domain. Okay, so these providers like domain providers like GoDaddy, they will contact the root servers and they will update that user, like a user Siva Kumar bought a website, bought a domain, and these are the and name servers. What are name servers? So whenever you buy a domain, you will get a name servers like this. We'll soon understand what are the name servers. So this provider, so they will update this one. Joindevops.online is bought by Siva Kumar. They will update the user information also. And these are the name servers. Okay. So now this information is available with name servers. So now whenever your modem ISP is contacting the DNS and cache, so these ISP will connect with the root servers. How to connect is not our responsibility. That is ISP guys, they know. Okay. And this root servers, they will get the information of the, so this root server will get the information of this TLD. Okay. Now you are asking, I want the IP address for joindevops.online. You are going to the root servers and root server will tell you, okay, this is .online TLD. You need to contact with .online TLD, and this ISP will contact .online TLD, and this one will send the name servers. Okay. So now you understand your provider already updated your domain and it's the name server. To whom? To the root servers. Okay. Domain provider is updating your domain as well as your name servers to the root servers. Now ISP is contacting the root server. So root server will give dot your domain name servers. Okay. So now again ISP will contact with the name servers. So this is nothing but our hostinger. Okay. Here you can update the records. So there is something called as DNS records. So now let us go and then create some record. These are the name servers. Now let us add some record that is nothing but a record. We'll understand about the records also. Let us get our this one. A record is generally your website points to which IP address. Okay. So now I am giving our A record and TTL time to live. Just I'm mentioning it as 1 second and add record. Okay, it is saying at least 60. Add record. Okay. Now you created the domain. Generally, when the first time you bought the domain, it will take maximum 24 hours to reflect the domain. Okay. Now let us just try. That is maximum. Sometimes it will happen immediately. Now let us just try join DevOps.online. It is not updated. By tomorrow, it will update. Okay. Join DevOps.online. Yeah, fine. So this is not updated anyhow. By tomorrow, it will take maximum of 24 hours or 1 hour, 2 hours. Sometimes it is like that. Then your domain will be updated to the root servers. Now let us understand the DNS only. Okay. So these are the name servers. Name servers is nothing but who is managing your domain. Okay. You need to always create records. One type of record is a record. So we will give the IP address to our domain. This is the general thing. Okay. But we need to change the ownership. Domain for automation. Okay. Whenever your IP address is getting changed, you need to come to the hostinger and then update your IP address in the A record there. So this is a manual task. So generally what we do is we will change the ownership to the AWS. So there is something called Route 53 here. So this is the DNS service of AWS. You can purchase the domain in AWS also, but it is very costly. Okay. If you go here and then buy something like registered domains, if you just buy something like join DevOps, okay, you will get something join DevOps.info 23 USD. This is very costly. So AWS buying domain is very costly, but what we are doing here is changing the ownership. Come here, Route 53 dashboard. Okay, go to hosted zones. You need to create some hosted zone that is on your domain. Join DevOps dot online. Okay, so this is your domain just now you bought, and public hosted zone, just create the hosted zone. It means you are transferring the name servers authority. Now you will get some name servers here. This is 4 name servers. You need to update in Hostinger. Change name servers. Change name servers. Okay. And give this 4. So when I'm changing the name servers, what this Hostinger will do? Okay, it may take up to 24 hours. Hostinger will connect root servers and update change in name servers. Okay. Now join DevOps online name servers are these 4. Okay. Just understand, tomorrow when I make a request for join DevOps.online, so this root servers of ICAN, so they will reply these name servers. Okay. So then the request will come to the AWS hosted zone. Here, if you give a record of something like join DevOps.online, whatever the IP address you give here, okay. The advantage of Route 53 is you can immediately automate the creation of records also, and you will have very less TTL time available. Okay, this is completely fast. This is very fast. Okay, updating the records, this is very fast in AWS, and you can automate this as part of Terraform also. That is why we are changing the ownership to the AWS. Okay, so now tomorrow, so your ISP will get the name servers like this. Then ISP will contact name servers. Then you will get the IP address from AWS. Okay, so this is the overall flow. So let us recap once again. Whenever you buy a domain, okay, this is your domain name provider, like Hostinger, Hostinger or GoDaddy, anything. They will immediately update the root name servers or ICAN about so and so person bought this domain, and these are the name servers. Then they will update the ICAN. Your ISP will contact this, and they will send the root name servers, and the name servers you will get the again to Hostinger. Sorry, you will get the response from ISP to from domain, so from this root servers to ISP. Then ISP will connect with Hostinger. So this is based on name servers. Okay, this may be confusing for you for the first time if you are listening, but once you listen multiple times the recording, and if you understand, then this is very easy. Now from Hostinger to we change to AWS hosted zone. Then Hostinger again it will update ICAN about change of name servers. Okay, so now this time it is going to be AWS. Now your ISP will directly connect AWS. Okay, so I'll create some documentation on this. I'll soon post within 1 or 2 hours. But this is how you should domain DNS is working. We'll have recap once again tomorrow, and I'll provide the documentation as well. But for now, today you have to buy the domain. Just buy one of the domain from Hostinger, and from tomorrow onwards, we'll configure that domain. Okay. Let us stop till here today, and let's accept some questions. Sattar. Sattar, you have some question?
Yeah, hi Siva. Good
Yeah,
morning.
hi. Good morning.
We have completed the 3-tier architecture, right?
Yes.
Today,
Yeah, manually. Yeah.
manually. These are you are explaining the main concept. This much time will take, if we manually configure the deploy the application, right?
Mhm.
So from tomorrow onwards, you will start AWS or
So today we are explaining the DNS service, right? The DNS service is nothing but AWS Route 53. Okay.
no, Siva. What I'm trying to say here is, have you already started AWS? That's it,
It
my question.
means I'm not telling AWS separately, DevOps separately. Okay. We are discussing now. We need Route 53. I mean DNS services. Now we are discussing the AWS Route 53 service, and we are using it.
Okay.
So as part of the requirement, slowly one by one service we will discuss, and we will use the service. Just discussing the service will not be enough, right? So without configuring this, our RoboShop, I can explain how DNS work. This is where you will configure Route 53. But if you want to do some hands-on, definitely you should attach it to the some project.
Okay.
So that is DevOps is the project. DevOps is the requirement for AWS. Now you are working as an AWS engineer. You know the concept, how you apply the concept. You should need some project, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
that project is coming from DevOps.
Yeah, okay. Sir, another question is, see, I'm working in IT professional, okay?
Mhm.
Some of my colleagues told that, see, automation is coming, okay? So
What automation?
no, this coming feature will be automation. Just understand my question, okay?
Mhm.
Automation means um what they are saying, right? In this
Let's
automation,
not discuss what they are saying. Let us learn first DevOps and cloud. Let us worry about the automation, robotics, Internet of Things later. Okay. Yeah. If you have some kind of questions, post in the Slack. Any questions regarding this topic, like our RoboShop configuration and DNS?
okay, I just going out of context.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Don't worry about those things coming in future. Let us learn these things first. Durga Prasad.
Hi, Shiv. Good morning.
Yeah, hi, good morning.
I have small daughter. While hosting the domain, we need to static API, right?
Yes.
Okay, but in that case, whenever we stop the, we terminate the web server in case new public. We launch another EC2 instance. In that case, public IP is changed. Whatever you have give the IP is automatically changed the next day. Right.
Yeah, we are yet to discuss the static IP concept here. That is nothing but elastic IP.
Yeah.
So if you are aware of it already, you can configure it.
My question is how will by static IP here, elastic IP here?
So yeah, we'll discuss as part of the upcoming session.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Rakesh Gupta.
Hi, Shiv. Good morning.
Yeah, hi. Morning.
The thing is, actually, I have some basic doubt, basic questions only. The thing is, regarding the document, you showed some document, right? You provided some document, right? Does the document will be the same, or it would be differ with the when we are doing job?
Every project they follow their own format of documentation, but you need to think about the context only, not how they provide, what they provide.
Okay. In the document will actually it's a small doubt. The thing is you provide a document. In the document we can see some codes, right? So like coding and installations. Will that be same? That means the codes and installations will be they're gonna update, or we should understand.
Yeah, there are a lot of teams in project, right? There will be development, there will be testing. Everybody should maintain their own documentation. So as a DevOps engineer, you should also maintain your own documentation. If somebody tomorrow joins your company, a new person, you cannot explain from the scratch again. So you'll just provide the documentation and they will read, they will understand the project architecture, what is your roles and responsibilities, everything. You will have your own documentation.
Yeah. As per previous videos, previous classes, you updated like we should install MongoDB and Nginx. So we should install that one, right? In that way, in the document, the document which you provided, in that it had been visible. In future, in any project, will the same would be updated?
As a DevOps engineer, you should create that documentation about how to install.
Okay. And other thing is, key pair. Can we use single key pair for every instance?
Yes, you can.
Okay. And the last question is, it's a basic question for any in a particular team. If a manager or assign any task, how many team members will be there? Like a developers, tester, architect, lead, manager. Just an example I just need.
Okay, so these things are definitely going out of context. So all of you guys, let's not too much worry about what is happening, how. Don't relate right now. Just learn the concept. Try to practice. Your questions, all the questions will be automatically resolved once we are forwarding, once we are progressing in our technology. Okay. So if I try to answer these questions, these are definitely going out of context. You will, without learning, you cannot understand even I say. So let's complete the project. Let's complete our goal of all these things. Then your questions will be automatically answered. So definitely no two projects in this entire industry are same. No two persons are same in the universe. Similarly, no two projects are same. Okay. But the procedure, the process of development, the process of DevOps, those can be same. You can have your own documentation. Other projects have their own documentation. We are using MongoDB, they may use another thing. We are using MySQL, they may use MS SQL. Okay, but the concept is same. You can use, we are using RabbitMQ. Another project, they may use Kafka or they may use ActiveMQ. Okay, but the concept is same. These are the popular technologies we are now learning. So if you go to another project, they may be using different tools, but the concept is same. Okay, so let us concentrate on making this project successful through DevOps and cloud. Later, you will definitely understand how it happens in the projects.
Got it, sure. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And yeah, Krishna Aravind.
Hello, Siva.
Yeah, hi.
We need to create a hosted zone global, right? Under a region.
Yeah. So in this, just search out 53 and you'll get this, and create a public hosted zone. Okay. Go to hosted zones, and here create hosted zone. So obviously it is global. Route 53 is a global service. Okay. It's not a region based, it is a global service. Here you mention the website you bought, and then public hosted zone, create hosted zone. Then you will get the records like this. Okay, you need to update these name servers in the Hostinger website.
Okay.
Refer the recording once again. Complete this task today, all of you guys. Then you will use the same domain. Entire course. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Most welcome. Srinu, yeah.
Yeah, hi Shiva, good morning.
Yeah, hi, good morning.
Yes, actually I have a doubt like why we are deploying each module in separate servers. So we can deploy multiple modules in a single server also, no?
Yeah, you can deploy, but if that server is down, everything is going down. So microservices, so there will be individual teams. Catalog is a separate team. They have their own servers. Cart is a separate team. They have their own servers.
Okay.
So if you deploy everything in a single server, then that's if there is a problem in that server, everything will be gone. And if you release a new version of Cart, there may be effect for other components also.
Okay,
So that
got
is what three-tier architecture. Obviously, you can create everything in a single server, all these components. Then why we are following three-tier architecture? We had a great explanation also. Same reason.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, thank you. Sure.
Yeah, most welcome. Harikishore Bandam.
Yes, hi, Shiva. Good morning.
Yeah, hi, good morning.
Actually, I have joined on Saturday only. So I completed the Linux up to session 5.
Mhm.
So actually, I'm new to this live session. This is my first live session actually.
Mhm.
So actually, I have doubt on documentation actually. So my doubt is for this project, we have this documentation, right? So just now you told to someone that everyone have to create their own documentation, right?
Yes.
So how can we know the whole commands actually? I just want to know this.
So you know yum command, right? Already
Yes,
how to install the package.
yes.
So then obviously you need to go through MongoDB, direct MongoDB website, and there they will mention the documentation. From here, you will get the things how to install, and then you will keep it in your project documentation.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. One more
Okay.
thing, Shiva.
So another thing, don't worry about the installations. Definitely,
Okay.
anyhow, they will happen. Okay. So when you are joining a project, so it is very rare they are going to install for the first time. But
Okay.
if it is a new project, you should we cannot, as it in the training, we cannot concentration of the referring MongoDB documentation, getting the things how to install these things. If you start learning now in the training, then our entire 3 months will go for installation only.
Yes.
Definitely for the first time when the project is going on, you will get lot of time for as part of requirements gathering, finalizing the tools and versions, how to do installations, all these things. You will get lot of time.
Okay.
So at that time, definitely they will happen. Installations will definitely happen with a lot of time. So don't worry about the installations. That is why I'm providing the things here. So these are the crispy way how to install that applications packages. Don't concentrate too much time on the how to install. So let us concentrate on how to use.
Okay. One more thing, Shiva. I just want to know the path. Actually, I'm on the session 6. Actually, I need to start the session 6. So, can you please tell me the path? How can I complete these up to 9th? Actually, today I listened the 10th one, right? So up to
No,
9th.
there is no path. Just spend some extra time. That's it. Okay.
Okay, Shiva. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Janardhan.
Yeah, hi Shiva, good morning.
Yeah, hi, good morning.
Yeah, if you see the project drawing, we have multiple microservices, right? Actually, I attended, my first class was on Friday, so I don't know whether it has been already told in the previous sessions or not. So these microservices assume that there may be a situation where one microservices want to talk to another microservice. So such kind of scenarios, I think we haven't implemented, right? Like, will it be implemented going forward?
It's already implemented. Suppose user is it is cart application, it is already communicating with catalog.
Okay.
So shipping is communicating with cart and catalog both. So that is why we are mentioning here the dependency. If you mention cart endpoint only, then shipping will connect with cart. If you mention DB endpoint only, then shipping can connect with DB. So this is where you will create the dependency.
Oh, okay, sure, no problem. I'll go through that. Maybe if I get it out again, maybe I'll connect you with you. Yeah.
Most welcome. Anil Kumar.
Yeah, hi Shiva.
Yeah, hi Anil.
Shiva, after we clicked on payments, right? After that, it will go for to pay the. It will select, right. However, we are going to pay debit card, UPI, like that.
Those things we cannot implement.
In manual, you did, right. At the time, it won't reflect to the payment integration page, right.
The payment integration pages we
Hello.
cannot implement. Hello. See, payment integrations, those things, that is not part of the DevOps learning. Okay. So that takes a lot of cost. You need to have a proper company to get the payment integrations. Those things can be done as part of your project.
Okay.
Just convinced to this, it means you have placed an order. Just imagine user is giving all those things and then your project is getting the payments. That's a lot of things. Okay, we cannot concentrate on it. We should not also. That's not a part of our DevOps work.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah. And another question, Aslam.
Yeah, hi, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, hi,
So,
good morning.
do we need to purchase the same domain or?
No, if I purchased my domain, that is obviously unavailable. Can you purchase facebook.com again?
No. I mean, I'm saying,
Yeah, I mean your own domain, maybe on your name or whatever you want.
one more thing is, can you add this rough diagrams into the raw notes? I mean,
Yeah, I will add the proper documentation on how DNS works. Okay.
That's it.
Yeah. So just understand this. Watch the recording again, how the DNS is working in the background. Okay. Yeah.
Not only this one, previous one also you explained.
So those diagrams are raw diagrams. I'll prepare proper diagrams. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Just understand this flow. What will happen when you buy a domain with Hostinger or GoDaddy? So they will update this root servers with your domain name and the name servers. And ISP is connecting with the root servers. Root servers will give the name servers and ISP will contact those name servers. If the name servers are from Hostinger, then it will get the record from Hostinger. If the name servers are from AWS, then it will contact AWS. Okay. So as I said, complete these things today. Buy a domain, create hosted zone in AWS, update name servers in Hostinger. It will take 24 hours. And as part of assignment, a simple assignment, it can be HTTP versus MQ. That is nothing but synchronous versus asynchronous. This is enough for now. I will update if something I get it in the Slack channel. Okay, so don't stop worrying on the things, how it happens in real projects. Just trust me, I'm teaching 90% of the real time. Remaining 10%, I cannot get the payment pages. I cannot show you how the payments are done. So as part of DevOps and cloud engineer, we are learning 90 to 95% of real-time activities. These same activities you will repeat in your organization as well. Don't worry about the future automations and don't worry about how the documentations, how the installations, don't worry about those things. Concentrate on understanding the concept and how you implement. Just understand this is the project you are recruited to be as a DevOps engineer. Let's complete. After 3.5 months, you'll get full clarity. That's all for today's session. I hope I answered everything. And let's connect in the Slack as well as Q&A session tomorrow. Have a nice day. See you. Bye-bye.